Hello, welcome to this week's video. Now this week I'm celebrating as my 2 copyright strikes I received within a few days of each other have finally expired. I received 2 copyright strikes for playing the first 2 guitar solos from Hotel California. You receive copyright strikes when the owner of a song tells YouTube that you're playing their material without permission. If you get 3 copyright strikes, then your channel gets deleted, no questions asked. Luckily they do expire, as 2 of mine have. Now I've learned quite a lot through this process of getting these 2 copyright strikes. Obviously it worried me because I thought my channel was going to disappear. So I'm going to impart the knowledge that I have accumulated during this process in this video. But first, I've written this song dedicated to Don Henley, who is the person who instigated my copyright strikes, I assume. Now it's a bit silly, this song, but the title of it came into my head and I felt that the title deserved the song to be written. The title is I Won't Let That Eagle Take Me Down. And basically I've put a load of the song titles of Eagles songs in the song, and I've put the lyrics along the bottom with a little checkbox so you can play Eagles song title bingo if you like. Hope you enjoy it, just a bit of fun, a bit silly, and after it I shall go into these copyright strikes in more detail.
Take me down. I won't sing the new kid in town. I wanna stick around for the long run. Oh, 'cause at dawn I could be already gone. I won't sing one of these nights. I'll take it easy or heartache tonight. Lying eyes, love, won't keep us alive. Oh, witchy woman, I can tell you why. Just singing the names.
You can receive copyright strikes if you're using somebody else's material, their songs or whatever, without permission. Now I don't have a problem with that. I think copyright's very important and you should be getting permission, but YouTube has lots of systems in place to sort this out, but not all of them, and it's very confusing and it's a bit of a minefield, and that is what I have a problem with. So let's start with the good stuff. YouTube has a very clever system in place. It has an algorithm that listens to the audio on your video and it can pick out if you're playing a cover version of a song. So it's like Shazam can recognise a recording. You put Shazam on the radio and it will say, oh, it's this song, because it recognises that exact recording. It's even cleverer than that. If you're just strumming a song, singing the tune, any key, any tempo, then YouTube can recognise it. I've had this happen in a a couple of different examples. I did a live recording of me playing the guitar solo from All Right Now, and it identified it. I also did a instrumental cover version of The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News. I didn't sing it, I just played the tune on my guitar over a backing track that I created myself, and it recognised it. Now in both of those cases, YouTube recognises it, and immediately before you publish the video it says, we've detected that you're using copyrighted material. The owner of this material will let you publish the video, but will take a share of the ad revenue. Brilliant. So it means you don't have to go through this long-winded process of getting permission. The songwriter receives money for the video if any is generated, and as the video creator you receive some money for the video as well if your video is monetized. Something else that can happen, and this happened to me when I posted a version of me playing Because We've Ended as Lovers by Jeff Beck, it comes up saying YouTube has recognised that you're using copyrighted material, but the publisher will let you post the video but will take all of the ad revenue. Again, absolutely fine. So the songwriter gets all of the ad revenue that gets generated from that video. Now this is a great system, everyone's a winner. I mean, you know, even if you don't earn any ad revenue from it, it doesn't really matter, it's not your song. I'm absolutely cool with that, and you know exactly where you stand. It comes up before you publish the video. You've got an option to not publish it if you don't want to share the ad revenue, but you know exactly where you stand. The other thing that's good is the songwriter gets some money from it, and it means that people are going to keep doing cover versions, and it keeps the song and the material current. Newer, younger audiences are going to be finding these songs, and I guess it's a similar thing to when things get shared on TikTok. These songs are staying relevant because they're getting put in front of a younger audience. Now to the bad part. There are several bands, the Eagles and Don Henley seeming to be at the sort of forefront of this, but I think I've heard, and I don't know this for definite because I haven't fallen foul of this, but there's bands like the Cars, Fleetwood Mac, Guns N' Roses who also will issue copyright strikes. Now they don't give this kind of automated permission if their songs get recognised, so you don't get any warning when you publish the videos. So this is the real problem. If you post a video that's got songs by any of those artists, you don't get any warning saying that you're using copyrighted material. It basically comes back saying we've done the copyright checks and we haven't found any issues. So you can quite happily go publish and you think you're all right. Now both those videos that I got caught for had been online for over a year before they were manually found. It told me they were manually found, and I've looked into this, and apparently Don Henley or his publishers have a team of about 30 people who are manually scouring the internet looking for cover versions of Eagles songs, and they will then manually issue copyright strikes. The two videos that I got copyright strikes on, they were small snippets. I published as shorts just the section of the solo, so they were literally the whole content of the video was me playing the copyrighted material, so fair enough. But they were snippets from longer videos, and the longer videos didn't receive copyright strikes. I mean, I took them down just in case, but because that can be considered, in terms of copyright, can be considered fair use if you're using that copyright material within the context of maybe teaching the solo. And in the videos that mine were, that I was recreating the guitar sound, so I was kind of, I guess, adding value to the material. I wasn't just using the material as the subjects of the video. Those solos were part of me showing how you can recreate the sounds. So it's another problem. You don't know whether you are using these videos with fair use, because these kind of warnings don't come up at all on these videos where you're using material from bands that don't grant permission. It seems to me what would be fairer is that if you do receive a copyright strike, that you get sent a message saying, we found that your video is in breach of copyright, please remove it immediately, or you'll receive a copyright strike if you don't remove it within 24 hours. I don't see why they have this system in place where they immediately give this copyright strike, because it'd be fair enough if you received a warning and you still did it. And, you know, it's fair enough to have a deterrent, but surely deterrent enough is giving you 24 hours notice. I don't see why you have to have this immediate strike. And it means that your channel, in my case, I've been posting weekly videos for 2 years. I've got over 4,000 subscribers. All of a sudden, all that work I put in gets removed. I mean, I don't make hardly any money from it, so it's not that, but it's just, although some people do, it's their living. So it wouldn't have been a financial hit for me, but it would have been a shame, because I've worked hard at creating these videos every week, and it would seem a shame for it all to be deleted. It also seems ridiculous that these people don't want people covering their songs. I mean, if they do grant permission, then they make money from the videos without having to do anything. It also, as I mentioned before, it keeps the material current. My kids know loads of old songs, and I'm not sure where they got it from. It's probably from TikTok or something, that these old songs seem to get a new lease of life because people are creating videos using these old songs as soundtracks. Maybe they do it because they think these covers devalue the song, but I don't think it devalues it. I mean, even a bad cover version shows that somebody liked the song enough to want to cover it, and surely the most sincere form of flattery is imitation. And I think it is having an effect. I definitely notice, I mean, I play lots of Eagles songs live. I love the Eagles. And when I play their songs, definitely younger people don't recognise them. I play other songs of the same era and people definitely recognise those more. Maybe it's just in my mind, but I'm sure that the Eagles songs aren't as well recognised and as well liked by younger people. I mean, anyone under 40, I mean, people do recognise them, but certainly not to the same extent as other material. Anyway, my 2 copyright strikes have now cleared. I managed to survive the 90 days. You have to go to what's called Copyright School, which is an online thing where you answer all these questions. If you go through that process, then they will clear the copyright strikes after 90 days. If you don't, they stay on your channel permanently, so it was pretty easy to do, and both of mine have now cleared. So all I can say is I'm glad I'm not in Don Henley's will, because I think he's probably destroying his own legacy. And I still love the Eagles and I still listen to them, but what I've done is I've got an old iPad that has Spotify on it, and I've downloaded all the Eagles songs, and I keep the thing offline so I can listen to the Eagles songs as many times as possible, and Don doesn't receive his 0.0001p every time I play one of his songs. That will teach him. I don't really, but I would do if I was really petty. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it's useful, and I hope it stops some people getting copyright strikes, because I don't think they're fair the way they're implemented. I'm bringing out new videos at 7 PM UK time every Friday, so please hit like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment, and I hope to see you next week.